Hello, my leaking, clenching, Kegel-confused comrades, and welcome back to Is This Menopause or Am I Finally Free? I'm Sam, and today we're getting deeply personal. We're talking about the pelvic floor, that sling of muscles, ligaments, and connective tissue that holds up your bladder, uterus, and rectum, controls your continence, and plays a starring role in sexual pleasure. After menopause without estrogen, these tissues can weaken, thin, and lose coordination. The result? Leaks when you laugh, cough, sneeze, jump, or run. A feeling of heaviness or pressure down there. Painful sex. Incomplete bladder emptying. Maybe you've been told to just do Kegels, but nobody explained how, or if you're even doing them right, or if they're the right treatment at all. This episode is your pelvic floor physical therapy pep talk, with laughs and zero shame. You're not broken. You're not doomed to a lifetime of pads. Your pelvic floor just needs some expert attention. What's actually happening? What happens to the pelvic floor after menopause? Remember, estrogen kept all the tissues of the genitourinary system plump, elastic, and well perfused with blood. Without estrogen, the vaginal walls thin, the connective tissue support loses some collagen, and the pelvic floor muscles can lose strength and coordination. The urethral sphincter, the little ring of muscle that keeps you dry, can weaken. That leads to stress urinary incontinence, leaks with coughing, sneezing, laughing, jumping, or running. You might also experience urge incontinence, the sudden gotta go right now feeling, sometimes with a leak before you reach the toilet. Some women feel a sensation of pelvic heaviness, pressure, or a bulge, which can indicate pelvic organ prolapse, the bladder, uterus, or rectum descending because the supportive hammock isn't holding as firmly. Painful sex can also be pelvic floor related, if the muscles are too tight or too weak. The sloth manager who now runs your body is not sabotaging you. She's just saying, hey, this part of the infrastructure needs a maintenance crew. Here's the good news. Pelvic floor physical therapy is one of the most effective, non-invasive treatments available, and most women have never been offered it. You don't just have to accept leaks and heaviness as your new normal. Your pelvic floor is a set of muscles, and muscles can be assessed, trained, and rehabilitated. Is this normal? Checklist. Let's sort typical post-menopausal pelvic floor changes from see a urogynecologist or pelvic floor physical therapist now. Normal. Occasional small leaks when you cough hard, sneeze hard, or jump on a trampoline. It's common, but it's also treatable. Normal. Needing to pee more often, or feeling like you can't fully empty your bladder. Normal. Some vaginal dryness and a feeling of less elasticity. Normal. A slight feeling of vaginal heaviness at the end of the day, especially if you've been on your feet a lot. Red flags, the kind that need medical attention. A visible or palpable bulge at the vaginal opening. That's prolapse and needs evaluation. Leaking that soaks through a pad daily and interferes with your ability to leave the house, exercise, or work. Pain or burning with urination, or recurrent urinary tract infections, which can be linked to vaginal atrophy and changes in pH. Pelvic pain that's severe, constant, or accompanied by bleeding. The rule: if you're planning your life around bathrooms or changing your underwear multiple times a day, your pelvic floor is asking for help. You don't have to suffer silently. Help exists. Survival Toolkit. Now, how to reclaim your pelvic floor function and stop letting leaks run your life. Tip 1. See a pelvic floor physical therapist. This is the single most important recommendation in this entire episode. A pelvic floor PT will assess your muscle strength, coordination, and tone internally if you consent, and determine if you need strengthening, relaxation, or both. They'll teach you how to do a proper Kegel, which most women are doing incorrectly. They'll also teach you reverse Kegels if your muscles are too tight. You cannot self-diagnose a tight versus weak pelvic floor. You need a professional. Tip 2. Learn the proper Kegel and when not to do it. A correct Kegel is not just squeeze like you're stopping the flow of pee. It's a coordinated contraction of the deep pelvic floor muscles. Imagine you're lifting a blueberry with your vagina and drawing it upward and inward. The contraction should be a lift, not a bearing down. And if you have pelvic pain or tightness, Kegels can make things worse. Hence the PT tip 3. Use a Squatty Potty. Your pelvic floor is designed to relax when you're in a deep squat position. Sitting with your knees higher than your hips straightens the anorectal angle and reduces straining. Straining on the toilet repeatedly can weaken the pelvic floor over time. Get a small stool, lean forward, and let gravity and muscle coordination do the work. Tip 4. Supportive pessaries are an option. For prolapse, a silicone pessary can be fitted by a gynecologist or urogynecologist. It's a removable device that sits in the vagina and supports the pelvic organs. It's not surgery, it's not permanent, and many women find it life-changing. Think of it as a little internal scaffolding. Tip 5. Lifestyle adjustments while you rehab. Limit caffeine and alcohol, which irritate the bladder. Manage constipation with fiber and hydration, because straining is your pelvic floor's enemy. And try low-impact exercise like walking, swimming, or cycling while you build up your pelvic floor strength. High-impact exercise can come back later, but give your muscles time to get stronger first. So, you leaked a little on a trampoline, and that's not a life sentence. It's just your pelvic floor requesting a performance review and some professional development. You're not broken. You're not doomed to pads and anxiety. You're just in a chapter where your undercarriage needs a little more support and a lot less shame. Next episode, metabolism, muscle, and the menopause middle, where we talk about body composition shifts, why muscle is your metabolic currency, and how to work with your new body instead of waging war against it. Subscribe, hit the bell, and drop your funniest I leaked in public moment in the comments. Stay strong, stay supported, and remember, you're not dying. Your pelvic floor is just asking for the same attention you give your face in the magnifying mirror. See you next time.